welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and yep, that's right boys, we're back again. It's 2022 Hayabusa Day. We're doing some more research and development, trying to figure out what is the best horsepower combination for these things. We got a couple bikes to test. Up first, out of two, we've got this 2022 Hayabusa in silver. Silver is supposedly the fastest color. That's a joke, right? I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna see what this thing does. This one has a Two Brothers Racing full exhaust system. Check it out. It is definitely a little different from a lot of the other full exhaust that we've done. Now, this one has, almost goes like 4 into 2 into 1. The way, it almost has like 2 mid pipes coming to the back. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing performs. It definitely sounds good. It's super loud. I've warmed the bike up, and so far I do notice that the bike is running fairly lean. In other words, our air-fuel ratio there, 18.4 is as lean as it will read, and the bike, I guess you would say idling and just cruising around, is pretty lean. A lot of it's in the 15s and 16s. We're gonna correct all that in the ECU Flash, get the fueling right for this thing. We're going to remove all the restrictions, get as much power as we can possibly get out of that thing. Then we're gonna be putting in a set of HTP Racing velocity stacks, okay? These velocity stacks here are new. Well, they're not new. I've actually got them in my personal 2022 Hayabusa, and we're gonna test these things out to see how they do over the stock ones. You can see in our last video, if you haven't seen that video, go back and check that out there. We'll drop that link. Check that video out. We made a video testing a set of billet velocity stacks from a country called Cyprus. That gentleman there makes those, sells those velocity stacks. You can look him up on Facebook. You can purchase those. They're about $550 US plus the shipping to get them to America, if that's where you live. Anyways, these are made in America, HTP. They're in Virginia. They make these. These are $345. These are made out of, I'm gonna call it ABS plastic. I don't know. It feels like the factory material. They look and feel, you know, as OEM quality. Very, very nice product. We're gonna see, do these perform and put out what the expensive billet velocity stacks do. Now I can just tell by looking at them, the design is a little different. The length of them is a little different. There's quite a few things that are different. I don't think that just going from billet to plastic would make a power difference. But like I said, the design is a smidge on the different side. So we're gonna see, do these perform? Because these are definitely a good price. Then, wait a minute, part 2 of the video, we've got another Busa. It's got a Brox CT full titanium exhaust system. We're gonna put it on the dyno, we're gonna run it, then we're gonna put the no, wait a minute. It's already got the HTP stacks. We just put them in right now. We're gonna put it on there, tune it, and see how it does. That's gonna be the same bike that we tuned in one of the other videos, but now has the HTP velocity stacks. Let's see how it does, guys. We done blabbered a whole lot in this video. Let's see what we can do when we get to work. Baseline pull coming up. Take a look at that air fuel ratio over there. Keep an eye on that. Watch how lean this thing runs. Anybody want to guess at the horsepower? Let's take a listen to the way it sounds too. It's very, very loud. If you guys are looking for a quiet exhaust, I wouldn't buy the Two Brothers. This customer also wants the pops and bangs, which I know is gonna sound insane with this exhaust. so I did another pull off camera. I also did a 5th gear pull so we could see how much farther the bike pulls in 5th versus 6th. I've got both of those pulled up now, and you can see it does make a little different power in 5th versus 6th. Not much, but just a smidge. We made 169.9 the first pull, and then 170.85 the second pull. One of the things I'm gonna pull up though is we're gonna change this over to wheel speed, and you can see in high gear, the thing is pretty much hitting the rev limiter. Total wheel speed, 180, I don't know. I mean, it really kind of nosedives about right here on our horsepower and our torque. That's where it hit the rev limiter. 179.2 miles per hour is what we're showing. Do you have stock sprockets? You have stock sprockets? Yeah. Completely stock sprockets. So the gearing is completely stock. 179, 180 miles an hour, that's all it'll go. Okay, supposed to go 186. I don't know where our other mile per hour is at. Come on, Suzuki. Anyways, we are gonna see now, put it back in RPM scale. You can see in 5th gear, the thing actually pulls all the way out here to 11,000 RPMs. But you see how the horsepower steadily declines? We're gonna try to fix that with these, okay? We can also get more horsepower once we tune it. I'm gonna tune it twice, so we have 2 maps for our map database today. I'm gonna see what's the best horsepower we can get out of it with the stock velocity stacks, and then we're gonna install the velocity stacks and see what's the best horsepower we can get out of it with the stacks. Once again, here we are, blabbering too much. I gotta get to work, see what we can do with this thing. All right, boys, the flash is in. The tune is almost perfected. I haven't shown you all the runs yet. We're getting better and better with our air fuel. We almost got it exactly where we want it. We got the pops and bangs in there. This customer wants to be loud and obnoxious. I got them hooked up. Listen. Keep in mind too, if you don't like the pops and bangs, it's 100% optional. I've also got this one set up to where you gotta breathe back on the throttle. If you just go wide open, let off, it does not pop. Check this out. Just like that, we've got the velocity stacks ready to be installed. Take a look at the height difference. Of course, this ain't even a fair comparison, but look at how much different these velocity stacks are from the factory ones. The factory ones are very, very tall, which usually gives the bike more mid-range and low-end power. Now, we already know from past videos and doing this stuff in the past that we're probably gonna lose a few horsepower in the lower RPMs. Usually around 7 or 8, we're gonna lose a little bit, but then we're gonna gain more horsepower on the other end. So typically velocity stacks, they don't really give you more horsepower, they move horsepower. So they're gonna take it from one spot and put it in another. You can see here, this is our factory run, 170, that's the red line. and 175, 71, basically 176 is what we finished up with the stock velocity stacks. You can see it is nice gains all the way through, but it still falls off extremely hard past 10,000 RPM. So right here is 10,000, it makes 174.58. It did make 167.56, so we gained 3, 4, 7 horsepower there. Really nice gains, but you can see out here in the upper RPMs, this Busa just does not want to rev. And we're gonna change that with these velocity stacks. It's gonna be interesting to see the gains. They're going in now. And me, I'm about to look a little different in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, guys. The velocity stacks are installed, the tune is tweaked. We got some pretty good gains, but we got a little bit of a loss. I'm gonna show you that here in just a second. Also, we're gonna test the bike to see what the top speed is in 6th gear. Remember, we were limited to like 179, 180 miles an hour. The bike has factory sprockets, so I think that's gonna be our next limiting factor. But let's see how good it pulls out in 6th gear. We're gonna do a couple pulls in 5th and a couple in 6th, see what we get. Also, too, the way I've got the pops and bangs set up, it does not pop and bang any in 6th gear. So if you wanna avoid it, you can. And this guy got a dyno tuned bike. All right, guys, here we go. We got a whole bunch of mess on this computer screen. I'm gonna break it down and show you piece by piece what all this stuff means. Then I'm gonna put the other 22 Busa on the dyno. It's got the same air box, the same air filter, the same everything, except for it has a Brock's Performance CT titanium exhaust. We're gonna see how these stack up against each other, and you're gonna be able to hear both of them in the video to see which bike you like the sound of better. Also comment, let me know, are you that loud obnoxious guy that likes all these pops? Or do you just want to ride and be quiet? All right, guys, so let's break it down. We got run number 2 to start with, which is our factory run, okay? Then we have the best performing run from the no velocity stack. So let's delete 22 and 24 off. Now we have number 2 and number 16 on the board. We got 170 horsepower was our initial base pull, and 174.84 and 109 foot-pounds of torque was our best run from the stock velocity stacks. We got a really nice gain throughout the whole entire RPM curve, about 5 or 6 horsepower all throughout the whole way. The thing really performed nice. You can see from 166 to 173. Everywhere we got a really nice gain across the board. Plus what you can't see is how much better the thing rides and drives cruising around, and how much quicker the throttle response is because we're opening the throttle plates way quicker. The dyno is not gonna show you what kind of power it makes at 50 and 60% throttle. Anyways, now we're gonna delete the factory run and we are gonna look at run 22, which was our best run with the HTP velocity stack. So we went to 176, but we dropped to 105 foot-pounds of torque. So right in here, around 7,000 RPMs where our bike is making peak torque, now it's only making 105. It really lost power in the low range. 119 to 126, 100 to 105 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, so we definitely lost, which I told you that before we even started the video, that it was gonna lose power in the low range. But how many of you guys have a Hayabusa? You nail the throttle in first gear and it wants to float the tire the whole way into the high RPMs anyway. A lot of times you can't use this power on a Busa. So this blue line, even though it's less power, it may actually be more beneficial to our biking or to our rider on the street or the track, because we're gonna be able to use that power better. Then when we redline the thing all the way out, now that we've changed the rev limiter, we can go all the way to 11.7, and you can see we've picked up almost 20 horsepower in the top end. So we went from 146 horsepower to 163.69, pretty close to 20 horses right there, guys. And basically when you're racing, you're gonna take it all the way out here to 11,000 RPMs, and it's gonna go back to here. You're gonna be going from here to here, here to here, here to here. You're never going to be dropping back down into this range unless you're, of course, going through the corners, twisties, or just cruising around. If you're drag racing, roll racing, street racing, whatever, you're gonna be taking the bike in the upper RPMs, and you're not gonna be really seeing this besides one time, and that's gonna be when you're taking off. All right, now let's go back to our one of our other baseline pulls where we ran the bike in 6th gear, okay? We're gonna put it in the wheel speed, and you can see here that we hit our top mile per hour at 180.8 miles per hour. That's where the bike hit the rev limiter there. You can see it jump. Now let's run to 124 where we have the HTP velocity stacks and the ECU Flash. Check out our new top speed. Look at how much farther this thing pulls. You can see here at 182. Nope, we're still going, boys. Once we extend this all the way out to here, we literally 200.6 miles per hour. Yeah, that's right, guys. The dyno threw the speed and tire warning on the dyno because we hit 200 miles per hour on the dyno. It don't like that. Anyways, big top end gains from that. That's stuff that you don't see necessarily just on a dyno graph. Once again, here we go, blabbering way too much in this video. We're gonna get this bike off, get the other bike on. Oh, one more thing, here we go. We gotta blabber a little bit more. Let's go to display conditions. It got a little steamy in South Carolina. We went from 82 degrees on our first dyno pull to 92 degrees on our other dyno pull. So it got way hotter and we still gained the power. That's a big plus as well. All right, guys, I gotta get back to work. The day's running slim. We got work to do. Let's go. Bike number 2 loaded up on the dyno. We're ready. It is cooling off again now. What do you know? It looks like it's gonna rain. South Carolina weather is crazy. This bike already has the HTP velocity stacks installed. We did not do a baseline pull without the HTP stacks, but this bike has a Brox Performance CT exhaust, CT single. That's the full titanium with the longer muffler. It has a Sprint F185 air filter, and it has the HTP velocity stacks. Let's see what this thing does as far as a baseline pull goes with the modifications we have in those ECU modifications. Here we go, boys. Get you set up just right. Whoa, look, there she is. Mrs. Moore Mafia coming through with a guest appearance. Hey, a chicken leg. There we go. That'll keep us going. Ralph. Hey. Ralph brought the chicken. Ralph ate, it was a 2-piece chicken, now it's a 1-piece chicken. There he is. All right, guys, we got to run this bike. We got to go. stacks were installed before we did the baseline pull on this one. So not really apples to apples. That's not really what we're comparing Two Brothers versus Brock. We're trying to see what we gain with this. What does this combination make, basically? So we're gonna make a pull now, see what it's got. I've already got the bike warmed up. Let's see what we got. It is 7:14 p.m. Yeah, that's right. July 1st, I'm here working, trying to get these bikes ready for the weekend. I'm gonna go drink a few brewskis on the lake, have some fun. The bike is all finally buttoned up and finished. I've got the before and after, and then we will overlay it with the Two Brothers. So it ended up with 182 horsepower after the flash, and 105 foot-pounds of torque. So the torque was about the same as the Two Brothers, but I swear this exhaust didn't look like it held the power out as good. So let's minimize this. Let's take off the baseline run, and then I'm gonna pull back up the run from the other bike. All right, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe the Brocks did hold the line better. You can see these things actually make about the exact same, literally to the penny better, or to the penny the same, up until 8,500. And then after that, the Brocks Performance exhaust just takes off. Literally huge difference right here, 175 to 182. And then out here on the end, 175 to 163. The thing I think that's weird about the Two Brothers is it goes 4 into 2 into 1. Where the Brocks, they all kind of go just 4 into 1. It's just a different style. Look at how much difference in the torque it holds out here. Goes from 81 to 76. So 5 foot-pounds of torque, that's a pretty big difference. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because, hey, Ralph. Ralph is a subscriber, dude. Don't let him trick you. He's playing tough right now. Anyways, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Smash that like button. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out, guys. Happy 4th of July. See you next time.